Hello everyone, and welcome back to Age of Mythology Divine Edition. Today, we're taking a look at the first Lakota minor god, Iktomi, who is available to worshippers of both Wii and Heihan Kaga in the Classical Age.
Daku.
Oha, Uyacha.
Quickly advancing to the Classical Age, we can see that Iktomi is the spider god of the internet. He is a trickster god in Lakota mythology, and modern-day Lakota belief is that he is behind the entirety of the internet, since legend states that one day his web will cover all of humanity, and there's a World Wide Web that is connecting all of humanity, and also does fit with the whole idiom of an idiot genius trickster god who just likes shitposting in real life.
Daku.
Let's move over here and let's build some ribbon gardens.
Daku.
Tiwohati, Uyacha.
Iktomi's first technology is Duck's Folly, which allows all of your ribbon gardens to very slowly generate turkeys for free. Turkeys are herdables with lower HP than goats, slower speed than goats, but the same 300 food maximum. This means that if you are using a favor for other things, such as myth units, it can be beneficial to have a whole bunch of ribbon gardens, all of them training turkeys. However, as you can see, they do in fact train very, very slowly. And this is at 2 times speed even. Iktomi's second technology is Master of Whispers, which causes your Tathanka Ganaskian and Kitfok soldiers to do an additional 200% bonus damage against myth units. Yeah, we don't need to research that. Your Kitfok soldiers already do a small amount of bonus damage against myth units. However, they will do more, significantly more, to the point where they actually become a soft counter for myth units. Tathanka Ganaskian do 10 crush and 10 hack damage, and they have a modest bonus against enemy myth units. With that technology, they actually become quite good against enemy myth units, meaning that they can be a decent defense against a myth unit rush, which is helpful given that Lakota heroes are not the strongest heroes in battle. The Tathanka Ganaskian have no special attack on their own. However, when one of them dies, find some victims. I guess the Pharaoh will do. When one of them dies, it is reborn as an insane Tathanka Ganaskian. The insane Tathanka Ganaskian will attack everything it sees, including you. And it will do area of effect buck attacks that do very small damage to enemy heroes, but can absolutely shred enemy archers. The only thing to be aware of course, is the fact that your Tathanka Ganaskian has to die to get here, and also the fact that it can still attack you. So be careful about that. I do not recommend in normal gameplay deleting a Tathanka Ganaskian, as they are decent myth units in and of themselves, and you do lose a lot of their potential if you just turn them into their insane variant automatically. The only reason I can think to really do that is if you're pop-capped and you want to build more units, and just think, I'll just delete some of my myth and have some actual recompense. Anyways, let's actually use Ninja Kana now and finally create our turkeys, which took quite a while, as you saw, and advance to the Mythic Age.
Tiwohati.
The reason we do this is to more properly observe the god power. There we go. So Iktomi's god power is Shapeshifter's Chaos. This turns an enemy human soldier into an insane Tatanka Ganaskian, essentially instantly killing them, and doing splash damage to enemy units. This is best used, in my opinion, when you have a large bulk of enemy soldiers all standing right next to each other, and you are distracting them. Also worth noting is that this transformation process preserves the percentage of the HP. So this slinger has been slightly damaged, so the insane Tatanka Ganaskian that we generate will start off slightly damaged. This means that while it is not preferable to use this god power on a high HP human soldier, it is definitely preferable to use one on a full HP human soldier. My recommendation is to use it on an archer, since archers tend to bunch together far away from your own units, and also archers have relatively low HP, making them more susceptible to low damage splash damage. As such, this is particularly useful against civilizations that like to build archers, for example, Oranos. This does considerable damage to Terma. Moreover, the insane Tatanka Ganaskian will chase them essentially indefinitely, so it is a good way to keep enemy Termas off your back and force the enemy to perhaps heroize one. As a summary, Iktomi tends to be more of an aggressive god, as your Tatanka Ganaskian are decently strong units, especially at taking down buildings, and they can disrupt enemy defenses with ease. The god power also favors early aggression, and the technologies, to some extent, either support aggression behind it or just give a direct bonus against enemy myth units. However, in the late game, Iktomi slightly falls off, in my opinion, as you are going to be subsisting entirely on bison and not turkeys, given that Lakota villagers do so much better at collecting meat from a huntable versus a herdable. Iktomi is entirely useless, in my opinion, against civilizations that like to mass heroes or like to mass infantry, as infantry can very quickly clear up an insane Tatanka Ganaskian, and if you're facing Loki, who's just massing Herser against you, then nothing Iktomi can do will give you any benefit whatsoever. His cavalry is not, that's not Iktomi's cavalry. Iktomi's cavalry is not going to be particularly good against the Hersia. His myth units are not going to be good against the Hersia. His god power is useless against the Hersia. And if you try to subsist on turkeys, then the Hersia will come and knock down your 100 HP Ribbon Gardens, and you will be very sad. Anyways, that's all for Iktomi. Have a nice day.